Thank you, sir. Look forward to that. Topping our focus at 4 today, the third Republican presidential debate took place last night. The top 10 GOP candidates debated for about 2 hours.
And there are less than 100 days left until the first ballots in the election are cast. So this debate was crucial, maybe more than the other two for a lot of these campaigns because they are nearing that make it or break it point.
And a lot of eyes on Ben Carson, Donald Trump when we went into this. But at the very end, a lot of people saying that Marco Rubio maybe came across as one of the strongest candidates of the night. He ended up staying on the offensive most of the evening and did not back down when his former mentor, Jeb Bush, attacked him on his poor voting attendance record.
So there was that. Then one of the other shocking aspects of the show was how low-key Donald Trump remained throughout the entire night. He appeared to be more reserved and kind of showed his softer side, refraining from personal attacks throughout the night. So, don't know if that was a campaign.
I think that was a strategy move.
You think that was a strategy move?
So after the debate, he did an interview with Fox News that I was able to catch with Sean Hannity, and he was very, very reserved. And Sean Hannity gave him opportunities to take a lot of pot shots at some of the other candidates.
To be ridiculous, to lash out.
And he was very strategic in his responses. Some people saying Ben Carson also had the opportunity to make a splash because he was being compared to Donald Trump as far as like the poll numbers go. But Ben Carson also tended to remain fairly quiet last night, or didn't make any really big splashes.
Well, all of that certainly changing the tone of this Republican primary that we're going into. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the CNBC moderators were targeted by some of the candidates too. That's a whole nother story. We'll have more on that coming up on First News at 5.
Passengers in Fort Lauderdale, Florida made a quick evacuation earlier today when a plane's engine burst into flames during takeoff preparation.
Some amazing video. Take a look at this. 15 people were taken to the hospital. One, we're being told this afternoon, suffered some serious burns.
Dozens of passengers can be seen in this video getting out of that plane, heading towards the terminal as fire crews rushed to the scene to put out the blaze. There were 100 passengers and crew on board, 110, and the flight was departing Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airport.
A pilot in an aircraft actually behind that plane said that he saw some of the fuel leaking from the engine. A Broward Aviation Department spokesperson says that the fire was extinguished by the rescue teams there at the airport, that the Fort Lauderdale airport is still operational, but some delays are expected. So you got one person with some serious burns, and the other dozen or so that were sent to the hospital, they had some bumps and bruises trying to get out of the plane so quickly. But man, that is some scary stuff. That's a second plane of that size this year. The other one was in Las Vegas, I think, a couple of months ago. That has caught fire just like that.
That have caught fire like that.
Yeah. Amazing stuff there.
Absolutely. The National Transportation Safety Board is keeping an eye on the situation. They've not yet made a decision on whether to launch a formal investigation into what happened there.
Okay, amazing video there. Let's go to this amazing video. It's a new video we're finding out today that has been released. It is of the biker gang shooting that took place at that Twin Peaks restaurant in Waco back in May.
This comes almost 6 months after that deadly shooting that left 9 people dead, many more injured. A big warning, these images are quite graphic.
Yeah, some of the images are graphic. This is mostly going to show some of the shootout. Again, this is from the surveillance video of inside that Twin Peaks restaurant there in Waco back in May. This, what you're looking at, is when the shooting started, and one gang was inside of the restaurant. There were members of another gang on the outside, and apparently the two started shooting back and forth. And as the video goes on, you are able to see from different angles some of the staff members running to the back. Some of the bikers were running into the restrooms to hide. Police say that they were flushing, and we've got some of the video of them flushing guns and knives down toilets. We will have a full report. This is so interesting. A lot of the other video that was released, we're going to show it all coming up in a new report at 5 o'clock.
And it is very interesting video. What else is interesting about the video is right now it's a mystery how CNN got a hold of it. The Waco Police Department is saying it wasn't us. We didn't give it to him. And of course, there's a gag order on all things related to this investigation. So right now, nobody really knows except CNN how CNN got this video.
Very interesting. That story, I think, is going to get a lot of attention.
Absolutely. Hey, new research showing that obese kids who cut back on their sugar intake will see improvement in their blood pressure, cholesterol readings, and some other health markers in just 10 days.
Yeah, this new study and the results may help actually shed some light on whether or not sugar is actually harmful to health, or if the weight gain that comes from sugar intake contributes to long-term illnesses.
So in the study, scientists designed a clinical experiment which took out the foods with added sugar from a group of children's diets and replaced them with other types of still carbohydrates so that the subject's weight and overall calorie intake remained roughly the same.
And after 10 days, the children did show some dramatic improvements despite losing little or no weight. The important discovery made here is that not all calories are created equal and that some sugars do contribute to type 2 diabetes and other metabolic diseases, which are unfortunately on the rise in children.
So the added sugars are the sweeteners that food companies add to their food products, not the actual sugar that occurs naturally in food. Like, of course, fruit is full of that natural sugar, but this is that added sugar that goes into so much of what kids eat.
Still can affect weight, but not the long-term illnesses. That interesting.
It is very interesting, and I like the point that not all calories are created equal. You know, there is a way to eat the same amount, but something that's maybe just going to be a little better for your body.
500 calories in lettuce and 500 calories in hamburgers, and that's going to affect
one hamburger patty or 20 pounds of lettuce.
We just described our lunch. Her vegetables, my Burger King.
Your Burger King.
There you go. Hey, a lot more to come after the break, including a timeline of when the rain is expected to begin falling here in the Brazos Valley starting tomorrow.